the gift Jason Kincaid returns against his prize student, Nurse Mika. And the Kincaid entourage seems to grow every month, accompanied not only by Sleazy E, he also now arriving alongside Johnny Youngblood, the two of them bonding over their mutual disdain for a fellow pro wrestler that they both separately got into fisticuffs with. But walking in to Victory Is Ours, these two, Jason Kincaid and Nurse Mika, stand at 2-2 each. Jason Kincaid has won 2 of their matches. Nurse Mika has won 2 of their matches. So right now here, we are proud at VCW to basically host the finals of the series. Whoever wins this wins the set.
Kincaid, we mentioned it, but such a technical competitor in that ring. I would say one of the biggest and baddest in terms of the technical wrestling department in all of Victory Championship Wrestling.
There's a real question of whether or not the teacher has taught the student everything that they know, but Nurse Mika is equally considered a technically gifted professional wrestler. Not only is she also a registered nurse in addition to being a pro wrestler, she is a professor right now. So if there's anyone who knows how to take anatomy apart, it is going to be Nurse Mika.
Well, and I would also say, on top of that, definitely shows a work ethic to have all those things on your resume.
Complementary skill sets, we sort of say.
Absolutely.
Let's not forget, though, gentlemen, that Jason Kincaid has a PhD in mat mechanics.
He is a wizard in the ring, professional wrestling's resident alchemist, able to twist and turn people, and also a proud West Virginia boy. This is his backyard, and Jason Kincaid always goes the extra mile here in West Virginia.
Oh, look at this. Look at, way to find that opening with Mika's arm to get out of that hold. So smart and so innovative is Jason Kincaid.
I see a bit of a feeling out process right now as Jason Kincaid begins to speed things up, but Nurse Mika turning things around.
Oh, and snatching at the arm.
She may hyperextend that elbow rather quickly, gentlemen.
Looking for a quick submission, but Kincaid wriggles out, and now turnabout is fair play. Wouldn't you say, amen?
Absolutely. I mean, with their knowledge of each other, I gotta think it's gonna be a stalemate a good majority of this contest between the two because they are so well scouted by the other.
Kincaid opting not to go for the ropes, instead wriggling out and getting the first pinning predicament. Immediately, Nurse Mika counters. These two are playing chess and checkers.
Ooh! Mika having a clothesline scouted.
Well, that may have been the first strike that we saw this entire contest so far, changing the nature of the tactics.
I think Kincaid was a little taken aback there.
Oh!
And he just hit back.
Bit of a feint, offering the fist in respect, and instead going for the chop.
Mika gonna fire one back. I was gonna say maybe denying the sign of respect, but this also is maybe Kincaid's own way of showing respect through brute force, through brutality in that ring.
Absolutely. Kincaid
look at
offering his back to Nurse Mika. That is not respect.
Oh!
And you can see the welts. I'm sorry, Jason, go ahead.
No, just deeply disrespectful to turn your back on an opponent.
The welts are all over the body, already forming.
Oh!
Shades of his old rival, Benny Conley, the Panamanian poker. That is something about Kincaid. He's willing to take from anyone he fights that he feels has something to offer. He is such an eclectic mix of offense. We saw a lot of wars here between Benny Conley and Kincaid.
And so unpredictable in that ring. Nice insecurity there by Nurse Mika.
Hooks that leg, shoulders down. Very wise, he got off the canvas immediately.
First 2 count of the match, and now Kincaid moving to the outside, taking a bit of a breather, and of course, there is a bit of an intangible factor on the outside because Johnny Youngblood and Sleazy E are on the outside, not necessarily saying that they would get involved, but Mika's got to be smart about where she basically puts her body.
Mika looking to follow Kincaid out onto the floor.
Trying to press the advantage, certainly doesn't want to allow Kincaid a chance to recover, but the veteran lured her in and then lowered the boot.
Chop block right to the throat, and Mika trying to get some air in her.
Kincaid has forgotten more offensive techniques than most wrestlers learn in a decade in the ring. This is very unlike the offense we often see from Kincaid, the early part of this match, and you wondered if the skateboard was going to get used.
Oh, wait a second.
Maybe it was never for Youngblood. Maybe it was always for the gift that keeps on giving.
The Ollie elbow, ladies and gentlemen.
Sends Nurse Mika rocking. You got to trademark that, Jim. That was good.
Technically, because the skateboard was not used physically on Nurse Mika, that is not a disqualification.
Very circumstantial situation in that case.
And now Kincaid, what has he got in mind here with the steps, though?
So damn innovative is Jason Kincaid.
Very few people can use the architecture of the ring to their advantage the way Jason Kincaid does.
Kick out at 2 by Mika. I have never seen ring steps used in that way to get a running start like that.
It's a good thing Mika's a nurse. She's going to be checking her teeth.
You'd say it's like a hot knife through butter, but instead it was a hot knife through Nurse Mika. And now Kincaid raking at the nose. And while not legal, it's very effective, can cause a lot of phlegm and mucus to basically work its way into the face. That's very distracting.
Kincaid with a boot. And Mika definitely needs to find some kind of opening if she wants to get the momentum going here against Kincaid.
This is a more aggressive side of Kincaid than we have seen in the past. We've talked a lot about the technical wizardry, that wrestling alchemy, but this has been a lot of strikes. This has been a lot of grit.
Oh!
And some things illustrate themselves. I think all we need to say is Kincaid's in some pain right now.
Sometimes you bust the Bronco, and sometimes the Bronco busts you.
Very well said.
Mika, with a hold of the arm of Kincaid. And not just jamming up that arm, but also sending Kincaid face first down into the mat. Big super kick.
She caught him right on the tip of the chin.
Oh!
That surgical technique of Nurse Mika targeting that arm of Kincaid. Kincaid rolling through, able to reverse the polarity.
And Mika just able to get the shoulder up.
Man, these two are giving us a hell of a fight right here. Shoulders down again.
Backslide, and Mika able to maintain that wrist control, and that is the Nurse's dose. Nurse's dose followed by the X Factor to Kincaid, who may, for the first time, be out in the center of the ring.
No!
I don't know how Kincaid kicked out.
No pressure on the shoulders. Mika was able to hook the leg, but it was back against abdomen rather than shoulders, so free and clear. Kincaid had to put as little effort as he needed just to get a shoulder up.
Mika, you can definitely see a fire's been lit under her, though, in this McMecken crowd that has seen Kincaid all across these 2 years of VCW rallying
now we're really
behind
seeing
his opponent.
Kincaid's influence on Nurse Mika. This octopus stretch, something that we have seen Kincaid do, twisting people apart, Jim LaMotta.
Yeah, torquing the tendons, but what a counter out of it into the air raid crash.
But Kincaid struggling to capitalize, so much damage being done to his tendons, his shoulders. That flexibility is what's necessary for Kincaid to do what he does best, as he's been compromised.
Mika able to duck under, find her opening, and get a shot there in on Kincaid. Gonna come charging. Kincaid able to get the boot up.
Quick strikes by the Anar Kitty, and I don't even know what area code that came from.
Offense from every angle from the gift Jason Kincaid.
Oh!
He spiked her.
Stomp pile driver, and this one is absolutely academic.
No, it's not!
Kincaid is shocked, and so am I.
Nurse Mika earning a promotion in professional wrestling for her ability to kick out of that.
The grit that Nurse Mika is showing is on full display here tonight.
Every single person in this arena, except for Nurse Mika, was absolutely sure that was the end. That is the power of self-belief. That is the tenacity of Nurse Mika, who is making her debut here in VCW. What an impressive showing.
Ooh, almost a stalemate here. Series of forearm shots. I was going to say you wouldn't want to trade blows with Kincaid, but we've seen throughout this matchup, Nurse Mika has been able to match it.
May actually be to the advantage of Nurse Mika, given sort of her base and her power. Jason Kincaid, a noticed practitioner of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but instead of kind of going to the mat, Kincaid has been lured into this strike challenge.
Certainly the animosity has continued to elevate as this contest has unfolded.
to think that outside of the ring, these two like each other.
You wouldn't know it.
You would not.
Micah. Oh! Kincaid with a boot of his own.
Almost a face wash in midair. Just absolutely rocking Kincaid. And that Miz-like line.
Big clothesline, rocking Micah. Micah definitely feels wary here. But the question is, can Kincaid get an advantage here and finish this off?
Is this a war of attrition at this point, Jim? Is it just about who has the better cardio now?
I believe it's a toss-up here, gentlemen, because this is competition personified.
Big backhand shot there by Kincaid.
Back fist trying to send Nurse Micah to the future, and a future where she has lost to Jason Kincaid. Roll up.
Transitions.
Trying to go for an Anaconda Vice, but instead controlling the arm, twisting and twirling, and now
look at that!
Leg Vice and armbar on
And
Kincaid.
look at the torque on his right shoulder.
That is ugly.
That's almost a crucifix. She is twisting and contorting that shoulder. Kincaid's got nowhere to go. He's got to tap out.
And the young upstart gets a huge victory over her mentor.
What a matchup.
They say physician do no harm, but clearly that doesn't apply to nurses, because Nurse Micah just took apart Jason Kincaid. And Nurse Micah defeats him in her first go-round. Not only that, guys, she has now won the series 3-2 out of 5. Nurse Micah is the better wrestler.